Hold on, I am setting something up. There we go. All right, we are in it to win it, guys. How's it going? How's it going? I have found, get out of my space, fly. All right, I have found out that I can now turn on subscriber only mode for my chat, so we can now keep some of the trolls at bay. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. And for these streams in particular, these Sunday streams where I'm just kind of chilling, I think it's best. Maybe for the night streams we'll have, or our lifting streams, we'll leave it the way it is. But for these streams here, you know. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Let me turn on public chat actually now that I'm doing this. That's going to be great. All messages can go on. There we go. Ugh. How's everybody doing today? We're just kind of going to chill today. I'll answer questions. We'll do like a if y'all have like fitness questions or anything today, or just general questions. That's what we're doing today. I'm drinking some coffee. It's Father's Day, so I'm not doing much. I'm not doing much today. Next week, the plan is to do a PR day on Wednesday. And among that, we're going to probably do a deadlift and a bench PR. I don't know about squat yet. We'll see if we can get a spotter for a squat PR next week. But it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week. And my son's getting in the gym too. He won't be on stream, but he's going to be training a little bit too. So that'll be a fun time for me. My eldest son will be on stream. I was gonna do a chicken stream, but we're still trying to get one of the chickens nursed back to health. I think I told you guys I had one of the chickens get attacked recently. We don't know what attacked it. We got a chicken get attacked, and we managed to save it, but it's been in rough shape. So we've been nursing her back to health. Oh, it's good coffee. It's really good coffee. How you been, Tyler? What's up, everybody? Just some coffee and some chit-chat today, guys. Can't do any chicken streaming today. The chickens are down and out for the moment. One of them's still injured. She's healing, but healing slowly. So I'm not going to put a wounded chicken on stream. Just doesn't seem right. Just doesn't seem right. I did turn on subscriber-only mode for chat. So we're going to be trying that today. It's 1 minute or something like that. So I'm going to see how it goes because we've been getting an influx of trolls at night. Some really heinous trolls as well. It's been crazy. People with nothing better to do than be rude, you know what I'm saying? So, but Sundays are always like a kind of a chiller stream anyways. I got some coffee. You guys know, a little bit of whole milk in there. What's up, Eric? Welcome back, boss. Ugh. Oh, another thing I'm doing, by the way, guys, and I want opinions on this. If you guys want to send me opinions in the Discord, you can send it in this chat now. I am going to be taking I've actually hired a boxing coach for a single session, just one session. I know you guys always talk about boxing, but I hired a boxing coach to do one session with me, just like mitt work and stuff. Nothing fancy, no footwork type stuff, just some mitt work, just see how it goes, have a fun time. I've never done any boxing at all, and I know you guys were interested to see if I'd be any good at it. So I hired a boxing coach. I'm going to meet with him at some point next week. We'll see. It might be next Sunday's stream. I don't know yet. It depends on his availability. He's also a friend of mine, so you know, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna have a fun time doing it regardless. But he's a really good boxing coach. He's well seasoned boxing coach, so I have full faith in his abilities to make the stream a fun time. I told him I'd be, or not stream, I don't know if I'll stream it or if I'll record it yet. I haven't decided. I don't know if he's comfortable with the stream yet. 100% Mark. You know what? After I've lived out my dreams in powerlifting, maybe we'll go that route. Who knows, all right? I love powerlifting. There's a reason why I powerlift. It's just such a pure sport. It is. It's just you versus gravity. It's the greatest thing in my opinion. I would say out of every sport I've ever participated in to any extent, even casually, powerlifting's always been my favorite. What's up, Martin? How you doing? We're just doing some coffee on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I have pretty good muscular endurance. I have pretty good cardiovascular health. So I don't think it'll be an issue. We'll see though. I might get worn out. This is not a usual gig for me. So, but I am gonna do. I only planned for one session. I told him I just want to do one session and just see how it goes, type deal. Um, but you know, that kind of thing. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. How have you been, Martin? How have you been? You doing well? Another thing that I'm going to be doing very soon is we are going to have every Monday we're going to have a stream kind of like this. I'm going to try and make it more interesting. I'm kind of playing around with some ideas, but every Monday I'm going to do a stream probably mid-afternoon, around 12 or 1 o'clock Eastern time. It's not going to replace our nighttime stream where we work out, but that's going to be our members stream. That's new. That's coming. It's coming starting tomorrow. Is the plan. So. I made a post about it, but it's going to be an extra stream. So we'll have 8 streams a week. 8 streams a week. How's it going, Charles? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, the good thing is, Eric, that you guys don't realize this, but outside the stream, I've talked about it a few times. Outside the stream, I do a lot of cardiovascular endurance work while teaching clientele. All right, Trent, I'm gonna remove you. Remove you. All right, we're not doing that. Keep the chat nice, guys. I put on subscriber only mode, but obviously some people are willing to wait the 60 seconds to troll. So that's why you guys aren't seeing as many messages today as well. Is Mossberg in here? That was me that timed him out. Is Mossberg in here? %. All good, Mark. I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it, Hudson. Thanks for the subscribe. This coffee's so good, guys. I'm probably going to have to go in and get a second cup. I'm really enjoying this coffee. I'll have to abandon you guys for a moment and go get another cup of coffee. What's up, Sesame? What's up? I'm really enjoying this subscriber-only chat so far. Everybody's super nice for the most part. And then there's Bando Kev, of course. How are you doing, Bando? How are you doing? Is there a shotgun behind this rocker? There is not. I wouldn't bring any of my Second Amendment items on stream. I am a supporter of the Second Amendment, though, 100%. I'm from the South. You expect it. You know what I'm saying? So I got away from the coffee pot for a little while, Eric. I had a coffee maker that made individual cups, but didn't use like the K cups. It just ground the coffee in the coffee maker, whole bean. But that grinder broke in the coffee maker after like less than a year. It was like 3 months of use. We drink a lot of coffee, so I switched back to coffee pot because we drink too much coffee to make that work. I drink 3 to 4 cups a day personally. And then my wife also drinks coffee. But we drink organic whole bean coffee typically. I like really good coffee. I also get a lot of free coffee, believe it or not. I get a lot of free coffee. I can't explain how, but I get a lot of free coffee. A completely legal free coffee. I promise. I'm not like absconding with bags of coffee. I have a coffee hookup. All right. I have a coffee hookup. I don't like the K cups personally, but I used to use a Keurig. I used to use a Keurig before I went more health conscious and removed a lot of the plastics from my diet. I removed any heated plastics for the most part, for as much as possible. And of course, K cups went the route with that. So, also K cups not the greatest thing for the environment. I am a big fan of instant coffee, Martin, personally. Um, my only issue is I no longer have a microwave, and making a cup of instant coffee requires a little bit of heated water. Or I like it with heated milk. Whenever I do instant coffee, I do it latte style, so I do like whole milk. Um, so without a microwave, it makes it like a 3 or 4 minute process. And when I want coffee, I want coffee. I don't want to. I don't got a fly flying around my coffee. I don't want to wait on it. I'm a little bit of a like a right now type person. So luckily, my wife usually gets out of bed before I do, because I'm up a little bit later with the streams. So by the time I'm out of bed, the coffee's already made. I can pour it straight in my cup. So it's a great time. Ugh. Then I just got to grab my yogurt and my toast, and I'm golden. I'm golden. Usually coffee though, like I don't have to have a cup of coffee to be a good person in the morning, like a lot of people, you know. The cup of coffee doesn't start my day off. It helps, but it doesn't like it's not a requirement to start my day. Yeah, it's not a requirement to start my day. What is though is food. I have to eat before I do anything. I have to eat before I do anything. If I don't eat, I am an upset human being. I get hangry. I get hangry. You know, I'm not like rude. I'm just if I'm not if I have any kind of hunger, I'm not a nice person for the most part. I mean, I'm nice, but I'm like very short. That'd be the best word. Yeah, I saw it, Mark. I saw it. Movies aren't really my gig though, so movie references usually fly over my head. You guys know I've never seen like 90% of the movies that exist. So, oh yeah, that first couple back hurt good. I did have one of those, like one of the instant water pots. I had one of those at one point, Martin. I liked it. I used it for tea. I used to drink a lot of matcha and green tea whenever I was recovering from my surgery. It felt good it felt good as far as like the throat was concerned, and it wasn't really acidic. Also, matcha is supposed to be really good for you. Never really used it for coffee much, I'm gonna be honest. What's up, my thought? How you doing? This is the Sunday stream. I rest on Sundays, but I stream every day, or try and stream every day. We're gonna be streaming twice on Mondays now, by the way. Twice on Mondays now. I've decided. We're gonna have a morning stream on Mondays. So more mid afternoon or morning. I don't know. It'll vary. It'll vary. I can't guarantee a time until I get more inundated in it. But we will have a morning. We'll have a extra Monday stream earlier in the day, where I just drink coffee and chill. But that's gonna be for members. That's a new thing. I want to do something nice for the members and stuff. We'll still have the normal stream for everybody at the end of the day, the workout, but just like a chill one. Never tried matcha. Okay, so here's the thing about matcha. I liked matcha, Mark. I liked it a lot. See you later, Martin. I liked matcha a lot, but it does taste like most people say it tastes, which is pretty much like grass and dirt. Pretty much like grass and dirt, like really tasty grass and dirt, but it does have like a grassy, dirty taste. It's definitely acquired. All right, it's definitely acquired. This is our rest day. This is our rest day. We rest on Sundays. We'll be back in the gym tomorrow. No, I've skipped on the Herbamate fad. I'm not my gig. I'm about to go refill this cup of coffee though. That is my gig. Refilling a cup of coffee is my gig. I should try it at some point maybe. It just doesn't look appealing. Grab the camera for an edit. I don't know if I want to grab my camera. It's on a stand. I don't want to mess with it. It's in the position I need it to be currently. It's in the position I need it to be currently. Yeah, it doesn't look appealing. It doesn't. And I mean, some people like it, but I just. Yeah, I've seen it. I see it in the store all the time. there's a certain point. There's a certain point where you stop trying those fad drinks and the fad foods, and you kind of just stick with what works. Whole foods, good beverages. You know, I see my cat across the street, messing with the neighbor right now. That cat goes around the neighborhood and like collects treats. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. He gets fed very well. He gets fed very well. He is not a hungry cat, but he'll just like waltz around the neighborhood and collect treats. The neighbor's really nice. My neighbor across the street's really nice though. So you really want me to put my hand in front of the camera? Here you go. There you go. There you go. I got you. I'll keep an eye out for your edit. I appreciate it. I would call him over, but she seems to be petting him, and I don't want to interrupt her time with the cat. He's an outdoor cat, though. He doesn't like going inside. He doesn't like going inside. He had stress issues, so. So I've obviously done protein shakes. Do I ever wear shorts? Very rarely, Jonathan. Very rarely do I wear shorts. Uh, it's something that I don't do very often. I pretty much my entire professional career was in like slacks, khakis, and then just recently I started wearing like gym pants over the last few years. But I've always wore pants in every job I've ever had, so I'm just very comfortable in pants. I don't own a lot of. I own like two pairs of shorts, like total. Um, it's just I like being comfortable. I like being comfortable. I'm not. I don't like the aesthetic of shorts either personally. My wife seems to love shorts. She wants me to wear shorts a lot. I just don't. I just don't. They're just not as comfy. Not as I'm a big comfort person. I like being comfy. When I can be, obviously. I am out of coffee. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I'm gonna go get more coffee, guys. Um, I'll be right back with said coffee. Okay. Should I switch coffee mugs? Do you guys want to see a different coffee mug? What kind of coffee mug should I get? Like Indian food. So I haven't eaten Indian food like regularly for a while. But I do like Indian food. Uh, chicken, anything with chicken, I'm gonna be a fan. All right, I like chicken. Curry, yes, I'm a big fan of curry. A dark mug, I'll see. We'll get a different mug. I might have a dark mug in the house. If not, we might still end up with this one. I do like this mug though. It's very like perfect size for my hand, right? So, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a different mug and a different, not different, but a different mug and a coffee top off. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I needed a top off. What's up? All right, I didn't have a dark mug, but I had a cow mug, guys. Isn't it great? Like a little abstract cow mug. I need to know when my door's opening up, Dakota. If your door doesn't make noise, how do you know when someone's coming through? I want my door to be very noisy. What's up, Sir Ray? How's it going, Tom? So have you guys noticed the severe lack of trolls in the chat tonight? Camera? I don't need cameras. I do have cameras, but I don't need cameras. I've got a pretty good home security system. So I've got a pretty good home security system. Also, multiple dogs and me. I live here, so I am my own home security system. Yeah, bigger mug. It is a larger mug. I also live in a place that, like, there's not a lot of reason to be in my yard. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot of reason to be in my yard. But I've had a pretty solid home security system since I was a prison guard. Because when you're a prison guard, you know, you run a lot of risks in life. So I turned on a subscriber-only chat, Tom. No trolls in the chat. No trolls in the chat. I don't know if we'll do it at night, but we're at least going to do it during the day, during the Sunday streams. 7-Eleven chime. I didn't know I could turn on subscriber-only chat. I discovered it yesterday, Tom, while I was scrolling shorts. I was like, I think that's a thing, right? And I saw that someone had it turned on and they're live, and I was like, man, how do I do that? And I Googled it, figured out how to turn it on, and I'm like, man, this is life-changing. Do I have any cool prison guard stories? Yes. So here's the thing about being a prison guard. It's very boring 99% of the time. I will say that the most interesting prison guard work generally got was when, like, I never got in any fights or anything like that. I got left alone for the most part. They didn't bother me. Once in a while they'd throw food or a tray when they got angry, but it's pretty chill gig. It's not as like on TV, it's always something happening, right? There's always a big problem, always something going on. There wasn't generally. Now, obviously, we saw our fair share of, like, interesting stuff happen, but it was like, at one point, I remember we went in, the contraband came through and went through a cell, and in that cell, there was like a full-blown, I mean, fully set up, front to back, left to right, moonshine still, right? They were making alcohol, like good alcohol in their cell. They had pulled piping out of the wall to make this still, but they had like a full alcohol still running in their room. It smelled like alcohol you would buy at a liquor store. We were convinced partially that it was actual alcohol that they snuck in and not homemade. It smelled exactly like a bottle of like a bottle of vodka you pop open, like some Smirnoff or something from the liquor store. Now, if you guys have never smelled homemade alcohol, it does not smell like normal alcohol. It smells atrocious. So the fact that it smelled so close to like real alcohol, it was like very, very impressive. And it's a thought process. The way we always thought about it was, man, this guy managed to manufacture basically an alcohol still, right? Some kind of alcohol still in his room using old pipe out of the wall, right? This guy could have done things in life with that level of ingenuity, and he just chose not to. But, you know, some people get out and they do good things afterwards. So it's not always a last stop for them, you know what I'm saying? Not very often, Tom. I saw a few. Generally, you saw the aftermath. You, as a guard, you wouldn't know it was happening until after it was done, typically. You'd see people getting walked across the yard just leaking. They'd just be leaking. So, just little trail of red behind them. Going to the clinic or the little infirmary they had in the prison grounds, and if they couldn't do it there, then they'd move them on. How's it going, Northflow? Welcome back. At one point, I remember Contraband popped a door. I was working with Contraband that day, just basically standing guard over their tools. Contraband was its own thing. I wasn't on Contraband. But I was standing guard over their tools, and they're like, look at this. And they pull out of this cell a turtle. The guy had a pet turtle in his cell. Not a long time, Mark. I can't remember exactly how long it was. It was less than, I think it was no more than a year. I did it as a transitional job from automotive to personal training. So I did it while I was finishing up getting prepped for that. In the prison I was involved with, Eric, yes, there was a lot of gang activity. And yes, they group together typically. Not as pronounced here in South Carolina as some of the western states. It's not as segregated as far as people. Everybody kind of talks to everybody. There's not like a law in place for people not to talk to each other based on that kind of stuff. But um, it's less segregated in our prisons than over on the West Coast. Because on the West Coast, it's law, from what I've heard. So I'll tell you the one thing that it's getting late. It's like 8:30. It's like 8:30. The one thing I'll say that is probably the worst part of being in a prison, in my opinion. Yeah, we don't get paid quite as well out here. When I was a prison guard, I didn't do poorly, but I didn't do amazing. Prison guard work out here, you'll start somewhere around 40,000 for the level 3 prisons, which is the max. I worked at a maximum security. So we started around 40 to 42,000 with good benefits. You had law enforcement or Leo benefits essentially. So, but I mostly worked in what would be considered like the gang units. So they weren't like specifically a gang unit, but that's where most of the gang members were housed. But that's where I normally worked. That, or I'd work in our lockup units. So we had a mental health lockup and we had a regular like disciplinary lockup. They kind of overlapped a little bit. And then we even housed the death row inmates. I never worked with death row. I saw the inmates that were in death row, but I never worked with death row. One of the control rooms that I had to work in controlled the gates in and out of death row. It's like 8:30 right now, Northflow, approximately. It's a maximum security here in South Carolina. It's called Broad River Corrections. But yeah, it's the level 3. It's a level 3 prison here, and that's the maximum in South Carolina. There's a few maximums out here. There's two male maxes and one female, which is a level 2 technically. The female maximum only goes to a level 2. Not yet, not yet, not yet, Northville. It will be here in about 10 minutes. That good old daylight savings time, right? About 10 minutes, it'll be dark out. That we'll be ending the stream in about 10 minutes. So that's why I kind of timed it the way I did, because there's just enough daylight for us to have a couple cups of coffee together. I look like a Should I take that as a compliment? As a compliment, I imagine that's a compliment. Grizzly bears look pretty tough, right? I don't know if he means as a compliment, but I'm gonna take it as one. Y'all hear them bugs? That's the South for you. That's the South for you. We're about to start getting swarmed with mosquitoes and stuff here in a minute, so. Oh, eat loud. Y'all hear that? In Dubai, that's pretty cool. Dubai's it looks like a nice place. I've never been. Dubai looks like a beautiful town, beautiful city, beautiful city. Place. Yeah, it's a legit prison, Eric. I prefer not to, Northflow. I try and keep my personal home mostly out of view, if that makes sense. This is my house behind me. I own this home, but I try not to give too much information of where I live away. People have a tendency to be weird, and I want to keep it a little bit separated for the moment. All right. Don't want to quite give away my location as of today. All right. There's a reason why I don't stream back and forth to my home either. Maybe that might be a um that might be an overflow from the prison mentality. You don't ever let people know how to get to your house. Does that make sense? The coolest animal I've seen on my property. We've had deer on my property, foxes, coyotes. Um, I mean, hawks, um, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, we get that kind of stuff out here. Wild dogs. I think we had one coyote or dog that I know that have gotten on the property. We've had that happen. A couple of foxes. You get some foxes pretty often. Rabbits is normal. Deer isn't abnormal. I walked home one day, or walked home. I walked up to my door as I was coming up my driveway, and right at the edge of my driveway was a big old deer, and I was like, man, what's that? And there was a big old deer. There's like four of them in the neighborhood. They come right through the yard. You'll have deer just walk through your yard. Um, but I've got enough little space here for my chickens and stuff. So we get some wild animals from time to time. Hawks are given, you know. Yeah, typically when I'm chasing animals out the yard, I'm doing it just with like my bare hands. Usually wild animals will run if you go outside. Like coyotes aren't going to stick around for a human. They'll take off. They're looking for prey animals. I don't usually bring anything but like a flashlight and maybe like a axe or something. I keep an axe by my door. But they usually take off. Ah, yep. I don't mind like people in my area knowing where I live, but when you so there's a rule of thumb as when I was working at the prison, one of the things they taught you is always pay attention when you leave the prison. Watch the cars that are following you. If one follows you for too long, you're supposed to call the prison and the local police and have them meet you and not go near your neighborhood because it does happen. There was prison guards that have been followed home, followed to the store. Um, that happens. That happens. Prison guard work doesn't stop at the door of the prison. You wish it did, but it was very not. It wasn't super common. But if someone didn't like you enough, we worked in the units that had people that had enough pull in the real world outside the prison that if they wanted you to get followed home for whatever reason, they could. Does that make sense? So you had to be careful. But that's kind of carried over into my everyday life. I already was kind of careful, and that just kind of doubled it down. You know what I'm saying? Don't have any opinion on any other streamers or fitness influencers personally. Not many though. I don't have an opinion on many. There's a couple of them that I watch, but I don't watch a lot of fitness influencers. I watch a select few that I think are good people, and I'm not saying the ones I don't watch aren't good people. It's just I usually follow them because they fit the bill as far as um, their moral standpoints and everything else. You know, I'm very careful about whose content I consume. Does that make sense? Um, Not everybody that has a ability to stream and is strong is good people. So I'm very careful to make sure that I follow people that I agree with, um, as far as their outlook on things. I'm not gonna go super in depth on that, but dumbbell bench, barbell bench is always gonna always be a better lift, in my opinion. A barbell bench. Flat bench is the my favorite movement. Always going to be my favorite movement. That's never going to change. It's so good. It's a top tier movement. See you later. Barbell bench is just so good. It's so good. It's a fun movement. It's a powerful movement. It looks good. It's a good movement as far as strength and size. It's a great compound movement. It's so good. Incline barbell is great. I prefer flat bench. But incline's not bad. Dumbbells are fun, Tyler. I would probably implement them more if I had access to heavier dumbbells. The gym that we're always at, barbells, that is always they only go up to 100, so it's hard because 100-pound dumbbells ain't enough to really get a good workout in on flat bench or even incline. Um, Shoulder press is great, but I need a little bit more if I'm gonna do it flat. Like maybe I'd be willing to bet with a handoff I could get close to $150 on the dumbbells, maybe more. Maybe I'm undershooting, but kicking them up would be interesting. But if I can get a handoff, I probably get the 150s up. I imagine. I haven't messed with heavy dumbbells like that though. I'd have to look and see I'd have to test it out. Maybe we'll make time to do that. Maybe we'll make time to do that. The problem also is I flat bench 6 days a week. So in order to throw dumbbells in, I'd have to sacrifice some of my flat bench. You know? But because I don't want to go into it like half asleep, you know what I'm saying? Like I've already worked out and not be able to get a PR on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna not flat bench, I'll tell you that much right now. Flat bench is just so good. We've got about we're gonna do another like minute or so. I'm gonna finish up a couple more sips on this coffee, but it's getting dark. And I gotta go in when the street lights come on. I don't know. No, it's getting dark, and I gotta go in and eat. So it's time for dinner. That's good coffee, though, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, you ain't too far. How's it going, Eric? We're actually about to finish the stream up, Eric. Isn't it a great mug? Isn't it a great mug? We'll go another 3 minutes. We'll go another 3 minutes since it's a short stream tonight, but it's Father's Day, you know, it's time for me to go eat. Believe it or not, I've had this mug of coffee and another mug of coffee on stream. I got a big old wasp above my head. You need to go find your home, boss. There you go. I've had 2 cups of coffee on stream so far. And I had a pre-workout probably about 2 hours ago. So I have 3 children, Eric. Yes, I have 3 children. My oldest is 12. He'll be 13 in August. Ugh. He'll be 13 in August. I didn't have to birth them, so that makes sense. Ugh. That makes sense. But I am 30. Don't forget, guys, I am 30. 30 years old. Ooh. I'll be 31 this December, actually. 31. I have 2 of these rocking chairs. I like these rocking chairs. I got them about 2 years ago. The wife always wanted a rocking chair, and she likes sitting out in the rocking chair, so I got 2 of them a couple years back, like 2 years back. I enjoy my rocking chairs. December 11th. My birthday is December 11th. Best day of the year, right? Yeah, it's good. It's good chair. I bought nice chairs. I don't buy a lot of things, guys, but when I do, I try and buy quality items because I don't like buying cheap things just to replace them. So I usually try and buy a higher quality item if I can. I don't like. I'm not like I need expensive items. I just want them to be something that lasts. I wouldn't say so, Eric. I wouldn't say so. Have a good one. Have a good one, Eric. Other Eric. Yeah, I like buying things that last. So this is a good like hardwood type chair. It's not like made of press board or nothing. Um, they weren't bad. I think each of these chairs was like right around 150 bucks. Um, rocking chairs aren't cheap, guys. Not good rocking chairs, at least. I could get a cheaper rocking chair, but I have it on good. I have it on good information that December 11th is the best day of December. Best day of December. Like second to Christmas, maybe. Yeah, it. So they when I got them, they were like a closer to a beige wood, like you would expect, right? Very much like a wooden color, but the sun has like kind of turned them that classic orangey wood. You know what I'm saying? But all right, guys, it is that time though. It is time for me to go inside and get some food in my stomach and enjoy the rest of Father's Day. I appreciate y'all being here. You know, Sundays are always a short stream. We'll be back lifting tomorrow, and tomorrow I plan on tomorrow being our first members only stream, but I make no guarantees until we're live. So, but that'll be early in the day. Our lifting stream will still be as normal. So that's the plan, Tom. That's the plan. Wednesday is the plan, Tom. Wednesday is the plan. But all right, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Um, and I'll be doing some other videos between now and the end of the week. I'll be doing some more shorts and some more long form stuff, so keep an eye out for that. All right, appreciate y'all. I'll see you then.